When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That just might work, ayy. When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That just might work, ayy. That just might work.
Welcome back to another episode of Michel Matters Podcast. I'm Jocks Michel.
And I'm Jackie Michelle.
Welcome back.
Hey, guys.
Episode, I'm losing track of the numbers.
57?
Yeah, we're not recording normally, so this is a little different.
Yes.
But yeah,
Quarantine
welcome back.
edition.
Yeah. Finally getting back to some normalcy.
Mm-hmm.
I think when we recorded the first podcast, what?
Is it? Is this normal?
Well, normal quarantine life, I guess.
Okay.
Because
you're getting used to it.
Yeah, because when we recorded the first one, I was like losing my mind. It was the first week. I didn't know what to do really.
Yeah.
But I feel like in the weeks after, I started to develop like a schedule. And yeah, like I wake up at a certain time. I do certain things. Like my life is a little more balanced. Like
right.
I feel like I'm more productive and I don't feel like completely out of it.
Gotcha.
What about you?
I do not feel like it's normal. I feel like I'm still trying to figure it out. Mm-hmm. But I think I've kept myself busy enough that I'm like, okay, I'm not losing it. So it's been okay. It's been fine.
What did you do this week? Because you did some stuff.
I did. I started making masks, face masks
mm-hmm.
for my cousin called me. Actually, people had brought it to my attention, like 2 people. And then my cousin called me one day, and she's a nurse at Memorial, and she was like, hey, so what do you think about making face masks for the nurses that I work with? And I was like, okay, sure. And I was like, I'll just use like leftover fabric or whatever that I have, leftover materials. Mm. So I gave her a bunch, and then like I posted that, and then people started asking for more. And I was like, okay, this is interesting. Like I didn't think we would come to this. But it's been interesting because it's like it's something that I get to do now that we're home. But it's also like crafty.
Yeah.
So it's like
it fits.
Yeah, it's fun, but it's also like this is not fun because I get what it's for. Yeah. So it's weird, but yeah. So I've been making more masks. And more masks. And then people are asking for like headgear and like slips. So we'll see. But I'm not trying to make this like a job. I'm still trying to like, trying to enjoy being home and not like making this like a thing. So I tell people, I'm like, hey, yeah, I'll make you some, but wait, you just gotta wait because a lot of people are asking, and it's not that easy to find fabric and stuff right now.
Yeah. Another thing that we did this week was we delivered food to people who are in need. And I just wanted to plug that this week. If you know anybody who is maybe shut in or just having a hard time right now, send me their information or just contact me about how we can get them in touch with the people to just get food. It's a great organization. So just reach out and I'll get you the information or we'll figure something out. But I definitely wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah. What else?
We have a website.
We do.
Talk about it.
We do. So obviously I had time.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Let me make a website. I don't see many podcasts with websites, but it's nice to just have like a home for the podcast instead of saying like, oh, you can go to SoundCloud or you can go to YouTube or you can go here or Apple Podcast. Like,
got it all
just
in one spot.
Go here. The link is right there. So the link is in our Instagram bio, and I'm sure I'll update.
Yeah, we'll put it in the description.
Yeah.
So
I have time, so I'll do it.
And the vlog?
Yes. So we've been vlogging.
Jackie's been vlogging. I just happen to live with her, so I show up on the vlog every once in a while.
Yes, every once in a while, because you're still working.
Yeah.
So I don't want to just like record your work meetings.
But you do.
I do. but I don't want to give out too much like work info.
Nobody cares.
So yeah, you will see it linked up here somewhere. So it's, again, I'm just kind of taking it easy.
Take it easy.
/ being productive. So they may come fast, they may come slow. Like, it just depends on how I feel that day. And but other than that, I've been okay.
Yeah.
We're going to church tomorrow, quote unquote.
Virtual church, same thing. It's what technology has been keeping me sane.
Yeah.
Whether it be Zoom, FaceTime, house party, Netflix, all of that is, if this was ever going to happen, it's now, because I can't imagine what it would have been like before. But I still get to see people. I think, but it's something. It's some type of social interaction.
It's interesting because I told somebody the other day, I was like, oh, you don't call me no more. You just straight FaceTime me. Like, you don't even, like, people just want to see each other's faces. So it's interesting. But I like it. I like the group calls. I like the group Zooms, the group Bible studies and all that stuff. So it's cool.
All right. Well,
that's it. Yeah. I mean, we've had comments, I think. I think somebody was saying, like, they agree with you that they need social interaction. I don't remember what episode that was.
It was the Pillow
Talk. Yeah. So somebody, Beau Soleil, she said that she agrees she needs social interaction. She don't know how long she can deal with this. So.
It's the energy, man. I feed on people.
I'm sorry for y'all extroverts.
I don't think I'm an extrovert like that.
Well,
whatever.
I'm chilling.
I need it. So yeah, don't forget, you can still comment on our socials. Visit the website. Yeah. I like saying that now. And there's merch. So check out that link too. Yes. We didn't have our mugs this episode, but if you want a Michel Matters mug, cop. So
because we're always drinking from our mugs, but now we'll be drinking from those mugs.
Yeah.
And if you've been on the show, don't get one yet, because we got you. So
all right. So I think we got a good episode today.
Yes.
Hope you guys like it. Check it out. All right. So let's go to the Michel Matter.
Bye.
So for this week's Michel Matter, we have I almost called you guys the fan fans, but soon to be fan fans. Carl fan, Brittney Monestein, two longtime friends. Carl's almost like my little brother. He grew up with my little brother, so it's a little different. But Carl and Brittney.
Hi guys.
Hey guys.
So this is a little different because we're all quarantined. What'd you say?
We stole your little drop. Hey guys.
Yeah, no, I was saying this is different because we're all quarantined, so we got to take it to the Zoom.
Yeah, this is our first video recorded podcast. Yeah. So if there's any technical difficulties, don't blame us. Blame Corona.
But yeah, so we've been talking about dating the last couple episodes, and I was like, they would be good to have on because they've been together for like 10 years. Ever. And about to get, you said more?
No, 10 years. 10 years.
About to get married. So I'm like, like, what is it like to keep dating alive when you've been dating for so long, you know, like in a stable relationship? So do you have any starter questions?
Me? No, I mean, we kind of got a little bit of insight the other day when we saw y'all, but how did this start? How did you guys begin to date?
Yes.
We don't really remember because it's been 10 years, but I remember I reached out to her and texted her because she had been in Barry in school for a little bit, and I was just reaching out because we were always friends and stuff. And I think that was around the time that Catfish, the movie, came out.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And she wanted to see it, and that was kind of like my in, I guess, if you want to put it that way. I was like, so maybe I'll take you out to go see it. And but I can't really tell you what date that was or when it was, because that was still kind of on like a friendship trying to be more level. But
like it started so organically. It was because we were already friends, so it just kind of went through the stages. We never really like established it. It just kind of was like, oh, okay.
And then we chose a date. And I was like, no,
we chose
this is when we started dating, quote unquote.
Okay, but you were pursuing her then.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
Oh no, I was.
You were.
It was.
And how old were you? Because this is the kicker. Because you were young.
Yeah.
I was 17 turning 18, so you had to be.
I was
15 16.
15 turning 16.
Yeah.
So
how did you know at that age? I mean, we were the same age.
That's
we were 15, but how did you know as a guy that's what you wanted, that you wanted to talk to him?
Because I did not take him seriously at all.
What?
Why?
Okay, I just want to go to the movies.
why? Why did you take me serious?
It was your consistency at the end of the day. That's what pushed it over.
Yeah.
But that's a weird question for a 15, 16-year-old. I can't say like, oh, I knew. It was more just, I like being around this person. This person is fun and they're attractive to me, so I'm going to try to make her my girlfriend. It's no real like, oh yeah, I know for sure this is the one. I mean, never went into a relationship, which sounds weird for a 16-year-old to say, but I never went into a relationship just going, I want a girlfriend for 2 weeks, and that was it. It was important just for her to be somebody I could mesh with on the friendship level.
Right.
Yeah. And with him being younger, like most girls probably be like, he's too immature. Like, why Carl? What make Carl different?
He's always been very mature. So I'll give him that. Because that's our friendship started when we were back both in school. We weren't looking to date or we weren't interested in each other. But I realized it was so easy to talk to him. So it kind of just carried over. And then we started talking to each other every day. And then we started, it became fun. It became easy. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Just text. It started off just being text.
Yeah, text.
And then I knew I was making headway when it started being phone calls that would go an hour long, and I was like, okay, no, it's a little different.
So if I text you back consistently, that's a big deal.
Right.
Normally you get like 2 texts back to back, and then I'm on to the next thing. I'm busy.
Gotcha. So then, so what was that dating period like? So you guys talked about how you guys were already friends. I'm guessing y'all met at school?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys were friends, and then like you start calling each other, etc. Did you guys go through like a talking phase and then it became exclusive, or like that's what we were trying to figure out with everybody?
With us, since I guess it was like high school, there's no real talking phase, at least at that point.
Yeah.
Especially smaller school, it's not really talking, because when you're talking, everybody is like, oh, okay, they're together now.
Yeah.
It's kind of like done right then and there. But so I don't think it was ever like a real talking. It was more just like, we're together now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're together now. But it wasn't like, okay, I had to like cut anybody off or do anything like that. It was just, all right, I was right here.
Okay.
So that first date, because you said it was going to see Catfish?
Yeah.
We didn't even go see the movie.
What?
We didn't even go see the movie.
We don't even remember, look.
So,
I ended up not seeing it, because I think the reviews came out on it or something, and she thought it was a mystery movie at first. Catfish was a new term, so we thought it was just like a mystery movie, and then somebody told you about it, and we're just like, okay, we're not going to go watch that. Never mind.
Well, we did go to the movies.
To the where? So the movies was your first date?
Yeah, it was our first date. It was our first couple of dates, because we were still kids. We had jobs at the time. So okay.
So what's y'all like first date out of high school? Out of high school, or that first real date? You think
it would have been Texas Dates or something.
Oh, that's fancy.
Yeah, we didn't.
Yeah,
know.
unexpectedly fancy. Unexpectedly, it was supposed to still be at Gulfstream, but there used to be like this coal-fired pizza place, but her mom suggested going to Texas Day of Brazil. They didn't tell us how much it was. When she went, her boss took her, so she never saw what the bill was going. Yeah. So but that's how I knew it was a real one, because we both sat there and looked at that $133.42 bill, like together, like what you got in what you got in your wallet? I don't know.
Right.
I don't got stuff for this.
I don't know if it was Cash App back then.
No. Split this. Put 45 on this one. Put this one.
Yeah.
That was rough. That was rough, because I was like, I think that was my senior year of high school. I don't even think I was out of high school.
Wow.
So, like, I had some, a little money here and there, but, like, nah, that wasn't one. See, and then from there, I realized I can't take people's advice on where to go for dates.
Yeah, he got
that
caught
happened
up
to
like
me
that.
too in college. My friend told me to go to this restaurant. She said, just like Olive Garden. Yeah, the prices wasn't just like Olive Garden.
Nah.
Had me out there looking crazy. But, all right, so you guys have clearly, seen better days. What's the best date y'all been on so far?
It's hard because we've taken like trips to like Orlando together that we'll consider like a date.
Yeah.
We'll go for a day just to go up and then stay the night and come back. So I kind of might consider that a date, but
I think it's a date.
I think the last time I went to Orlando.
Yeah,
that's really.
He went out because he's very creative, so I'll give it to him. He always keeps things interesting.
Sometimes we go to Disney, sometimes we go to Universal, but last time we ended up just
chilling around.
Going to Orlando, went to Lake Eola. We went to iDrive where the wheel is, and the Madame Tussauds. So yeah, just trying to keep things interesting every once in a while. Do a staycation or take a day trip like that. It's been working for us.
So who is the one that usually comes up with the date ideas? Carl. Okay.
That's me.
Because I normally don't need to go out. Like I like to stay home, watch Netflix and chill. So he kind of pushed me to like out and explore.
Yeah, she's
try different things. I'm a creature of habit. So.
Yeah, she's definitely a creature of habit. So I kind of just try to get her to do different things, because I can tell when she's a little stir crazy. She wants to do a little something different, but she doesn't want to come up with a whole plan to do something. So
I overthink. So it becomes a thing where it's like, oh, what if I don't like this? And then
because the head nods from me when I say, yeah, we can do that, isn't good enough.
So it's more of a personality thing, not because he's like the man in the relationship.
I think it's definitely a personality thing.
Yeah, it just works better.
Yeah.
She just, if she says, hey, let's go here, and I go, okay, and the okay isn't, she feels like, okay, I'm just going for her.
Right.
But when I put it together, then she's like, oh, no, I really want to do this thing. And to me, like, I made it that way, so let's go.
Yeah.
All right, so being creative, I know you make some mistakes. What's the worst date y'all been on?
Where did worst all right, it's a curveball. It could have been bad, but I think I just chose another restaurant.
Are you talking about that Komodo?
Yeah. I had set up like the whole night. I told her, oh yeah, get ready. Gave her time to get ready and everything. So I was gonna take her out, and we tried to go to Komodo in Brickell, and I think it was like a Saturday night maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So like the clientele there is a little bit more upscale.
Yeah.
So we got there, like just the whole mood from the servers and everything, it was all like going left, because I've never been there before, so I didn't know. Like it took a minute just to find the restaurant, because we had to park and everything. So it was a couple little things that could have been done better.
I got to the point where I'm very big on vibes, as he told you, and attitudes, and like, and I don't like to throw money to somebody that doesn't want it. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to go. I don't want to be here. Let's go.
And then we ended up at Daraku in Mary Brickell Village, and like that's our sushi place now.
Okay.
Well, he spun it. Yeah, he did. He saved.
It started off bad.
Yeah,
it was real bad. It was a lot of walking, trying to figure out where to park and where to actually get to this place. But I think it ended well.
Yeah.
y'all like sushi.
That's
because every time we're trying to plan something, it's like, you like sushi? You want to get sushi?
Yeah, I forgot who told us, but somebody was like, oh, okay, so like we went through a whole list of things that we like, and they're like, so you like Asian fusion?
Jackie.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's like, you're Asian fusion.
And it was like, oh shit. Oh.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, you're gonna have.
It's
fine.
We'll figure it out.
So how consistent is like going out on dates? Do you guys plan it every week, every month, or is it just random?
It's pretty random. There's no, I can't say that, okay, we're going to go twice this month or we're going to go every 2 weeks. It's more just when the timing is right. Because with her being in school and everything, I have to kind of let her be able to study and do what she has to do with her family before I can say, hey, you almost like steal you for the night, or I'm going to steal you for a day to go drive out to somewhere.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
What about, okay, so now we're obviously in this whole coronavirus thing, right? So y'all are together right now, so you're not practicing social distancing. So how is it dating during like the coronavirus? Or is it just kind of like, let's watch a movie, let's,
Of course, my favorite thing, Netflix. But we actually went for a drive the other weekend. We just
drove.
Went out and drove.
We stayed in the car. We didn't like go and like go in anywhere. Yeah. We got tacos from one place, but we ordered it ahead of time. So it was curbside. So we're driving around Miami. We went down US 1.
Yeah.
So by the water and everything, nice little drive. Just to do something different.
Yeah, it's supposed to be cheap. No boy just out here driving for fun.
We did that.
I mean, just to get out the house. We were getting
No, I feel you.
You start blowing through those Netflix series, and then you get to the back end of Netflix, like, I didn't want to watch this, but they're watching this now.
And it's nice because there's nobody on the road, so it's just kind of get to see the parts of Miami that everybody.
That's true.
Like, y'all been dating since what, 2010, right? Or 2011?
2010.
2010. So you got 10 years of dates in you. Like, most people would have like ran out of ideas. Like, how y'all keep it?
People ask us that
pushing after 10 years, because that's a long time. I know.
The secret behind it is sometimes you can't reuse places.
Yeah.
You just it's been a year since you've been there. Yeah, you can go back.
Recycle. Yeah.
First period is over. You might mix it in with a different restaurant this time or a different activity this time, but we tried going different places too. Like the furthest place we've gone recently was Jacksonville to go see some friends.
Oh,
it wasn't a date. It was to go see friends, but it was, we had like a date night while we were there. So it's kind of, it gives you a different mix so that when you do come back and you have your favorite spots, you can still go to it without being tired of it.
Yeah, and I think it's just like how you guys said you have your sushi spot. Like we like Mediterranean food. Well, I do. I don't know about you. So there's like this one spot where like we always go. There's usually just us and then 2 other tables there, and we're like, this is perfect. Like, so I get you on that recycling dates.
Oh yeah.
You got, huh?
We have another spot. We'll take you to that.
It's not Fusion though. It's Peruvian.
Okay. I'm down with that.
Yeah, me too.
So have you guys only dated each other then?
I mean, it's so long ago. This doesn't even count anymore.
That's a tricky question. That's a tricky question only because like we started dating when I was 16. So like it's hard for me to like say I can count my girlfriends before then. It's like 14, 15. Like that's.
I think
so it's hard for me to compare.
One other serious relationship, and I only consider it serious because he met my parents. But other than that, no.
She's the only one to meet my parents.
Yeah.
So, do you feel like you guys missed out on the real dating experience?
No, honestly, ignorance is bliss, I guess. I don't really think about it. I don't like try to like dig into it and be like, No, I'm good. I'm happy. I'm great.
Yeah.
I threw you an easy one. You knew to do with it.
I put it down.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do it today. So
No, yeah, exactly. I hear enough with my friends. It's just kind of
there's somebody we mutually know, and yeah, he told me about it. Don't want to be out there. I'm good.
So you don't. There's no regret. No, like, dang, I could have. No, none.
not at
No.
all.
that's good.
Nah. At least you won't say it on camera. I feel you.
Oh,
I mean, my friends ask me all the time, like, what's it like being with somebody for 10 years? Like, how do you guys, because we talk all the time. It's kind of weird how we talk all the time. We text all the time. And he's my best friend, so people don't understand.
I couldn't imagine trying to learn somebody else. Taking the time out to learn somebody else and their tendencies and what they like and how they want to do things. I couldn't see myself doing that.
yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, I'm right here with you. Same thing.
Yeah.
You know, I just wanted to test you. I threw you another alley just to see what you're gonna do with it. That's a simple one.
I think a windmill with that one.
Yeah.
What do you guys think that you guys have been doing that's been making you last all this time, like making it right so far? Because obviously you guys are engaged now.
You're
so
doing something right.
Yeah.
I feel like I have
Because I don't. That's the question.
Sometimes.
Like I said, my friends ask me the same thing. Like, how do you how does it work?
I feel like it's just communication, and there's like a balance to it because, especially for her on her end, she's seen me at like my least mature to this point. So like her level of patience with me has been, it steadily grows as time goes on, and I get more mature. So I start understanding things that she likes or she needs me to do, or things that she doesn't want me to do, and stuff like that. And it gets easier because it just becomes just part of like life.
It goes both ways. So that I learn and I grow and I adapt with him. And you watch, certain things we mess up on. There might be things that I learn that he doesn't like, or things I say, or how I handle certain situations. And you just kind of, you grow with it. That's all you can really do, is you learn each other. And you
so it's just communication, I guess. Right.
Yeah, communication is key.
Yeah, and like since you've been together for so long, right? Nothing's perfect. So one of the big things I think for like relationships that last a long time is they must have some type of like crisis management. So like, how do y'all deal with like arguments and like?
How does he do it?
I think that's key, and everybody does it different. So how do y'all handle like stuff like that?
With us, part of it is that we're both really stubborn. I don't know if we don't, I wouldn't say we're like the zodiac people or anything, but like all the zodiac things like really match up with. She's a Leo and I'm a Taurus. So we're both really stubborn in our own ways. So like even when we have arguments, which aren't normally that serious, but when they are serious, it's more just like we're not gonna like, this not gonna be the argument,
Right.
like we're just too stubborn to let it be over an argument that we end things or we break up or take a break. Like I've been for the longest, I don't believe in breaks. Breaks it doesn't do anything for me. I rather just talk about it, argue it. You yell at me, I yell at you. 15 minutes later, I'll call you back, say, yo, my bad, I'm sorry, whatever the case was, and then we move on from there. And that's kind of been like our system.
Thing. Even at the very most, like I might take a moment to just kind of like get my thoughts together, come back and approach it. But if it gets to that point where I feel like we're communicating and we're not hearing each other. And
it took a while for me to understand what that was, because that just the math never made sense for me. It was just like, no, we're just gonna argue this out or talk this out until we find a solution. I'm not the one to do silence, because then I don't know who's pumping what and what you're thinking, what you're feeling. I'd rather everything be out on the table,
right,
for us to move forward.
Okay. You have any more dating questions? Because we're about to jump into the next phase.
No, go ahead.
All right. So
good for round one.
All right. So I was gonna say you guys are engaged, but I don't know the story. So how did you propose?
that was like what 4 to 3 months of planning.
That was like 2 years of planning.
Yeah, because I feel like you've been talking about this for a while.
Oh, really?
Well, okay. Proposing.
You were sending up rings
for a while.
Yes.
The proposing was for a while, but the actual physical plan for how everything went out was like it took 3 to 4 months for me to get everything together because I mean you guys know like it 2 years prior I wanted to propose, but between work and school I wanted to be at a more stable.
I did not know any of this. Where was I? Because we would have conversation. He's like, oh, like he would just not brush it off, but
no, I would brush it off.
Yeah, it's not going to be anytime soon. Yeah. So we went into it was like our 8th year anniversary proposed. Mm-hmm. So I went into our 8th year anniversary thinking, okay, it's gonna be like another 2 years, whatever.
Yeah, it was
gonna be some time.
It was our anniversary date. So I just told her we're gonna do a staycation. We're gonna get a spot in what was it? Brickell. It was Brickell?
Yeah, we're always
just downtown.
Yeah. Creatures of habit.
Well, so it was Brickell, and so the plan was like, I think, 4 months before that, we had just came from California, and I was a little bit annoyed because when we went to Malibu safari thing with wine, and we were like at the top of this canyon, and I was like, if I had the ring right now, but it was still being made.
Yeah.
So there was nothing I could do. So when we came back, I had like put it in my head like, no, like this year is gonna happen.
Okay.
And so I reached out to one of her friends. It's actually your matron of honor, Beatrice. And I linked up with her to find a photographer because I knew that in everybody's moment, there's not a photographer, anybody to capture the moment. But I wanted pictures. I wanted that moment for her because I know she watches like her mom.
I gave him a list of things that had to be done.
Let's go. What's the list? What was the list?
And my mom and my grandmother there. I needed a photographer there. I needed my nails done. And he made sure all 3 were done.
Okay.
So I gave it to him.
The nails part, the nails and the makeup and all that was a little hard because I told her that we were going to go out while we were in the hotel. And she was just like, okay, well, we're going to go to dinner. We're going to go to lunch. And I was like, something like that. But I need you to dress up for it because we're going to a really nice place. And she like,
it's like, oh, can we go later?
I don't know if Jackie ever goes through it when she's just like, I really don't feel like dressing up or doing my makeup. I just want to stay here. I want to sit on the couch. So I was like, okay, all right, I gotta throw a bone out there. I gotta throw something out there. Okay, I scheduled a photo shoot for us for our anniversary, and then that's what really started driving things because we were supposed to do the photo shoot at like 2. It was 3:00, and she still wasn't ready, and I was like,
Jesus, Brittney.
Yeah, so that was and that whole time like during that whole week, I had contacted her aunts, her mom, her grandma, her dad, my family, and I told them where to meet. I told them who they're going to be seeing because I had them meet the photographer for her to put them into the right spot where they could hide and she wouldn't see them when we came up. But like they were out there since 2, waiting for us. And they're texting me the whole time, and like we're in the hotel, and like she keeps seeing my phone go off, but I'm surprised because she's not saying anything. Like my phone is just lighting up because everybody's texting me. I'm like, I'm trying. We're on the way. Oh, okay. We're 30 minutes out, knowing we're still upstairs in the room. I'm still waiting.
Right.
So
I don't know where my head was. I was just like, whatever.
But when I said the photo shoot, she got cracking. She got it done, and then we got over there, and yeah.
I swear, I don't remember anything he said to me in the moment. Everything just kind of went blank.
She left me on my knee for like
I forgot
like
to say
a good while. Like I was just waiting, like something, give me something, because she didn't see me at first because the photographer set up real good. She told her to
close my eyes.
Yeah, she said close your eyes. For what? I forgot why she said this. She gave a reason. For whatever reason, she said to close your eyes.
She wanted me to relax so that the
Brittney actually trusted her. Brittney is one of those people that if you say close your eyes, she's gonna say why. You just trusted her, so it's cool. And that's when I got on one knee, and then she told her to open her eyes, and she like looked straight over my head and looked everywhere else but at me.
No, because everybody came running in early. So I heard a bunch of screaming, and I was like, who is screaming? And it sounded like Chiquisha, his sister. I was like, why do I hear Chiquisha screaming? So I started looking around, and he's on his knees. So I'm looking knee, above him.
You know, I got the ring. I got a little special hold thing. And I'm like, all right, my knee's about to give out. Come on.
Wow.
So
he did good. He did really good. Yeah. He had like, what, 20 people out there? It was crazy. Yeah. He had his whole family, my family's, a couple of our friends.
And my family runs deep, so.
Yeah.
It started off, it was supposed to just be my uncle, my mom, and my aunt, and then it was cousin over here, and then that cousin over there, and that god brother, and it's like, all right, but we're here now.
So you didn't see it coming at all?
Not at all.
Wow.
At all.
And then that night, we had a private chef,
cooked dinner for us.
Yeah.
And he had all I don't know how he did it. He had a bunch of pictures of us printed out and hung from balloons all around the room. And
that's awesome.
That, honestly, that was the private chef, because that's somebody I've been friends with for a while, Lex. So check her out, TPC Miami. I got to plug her. Yeah, she took care of it. She put candles out. She had balloons, like the whole 3 months in advance. Like, she worked with me the whole time trying to figure out like what music we wanted to be listening to, what's her favorite colors, what would we want to eat. Like, she did the whole like menu with me and everything, all the decorations. She told me, like, and we went over it together. So it was a really good experience.
I mean, it wasn't the Bahamas, but he did.
That sounds crazy. I like.
And for anybody listening, if you're going to do a proposal and you're going to surprise your girl, you go to the hotel, tell them at the front desk, because they upgraded our room because I told them at the front. So that was pretty good too.
That's what's up.
So I mean, you guys have been dating for a while, so I know you didn't think she was gonna say no, but were you nervous?
Not per se. I was pretty confident. I just was nervous about the day, like maybe weather.
Yeah, make sure.
Trying to get everybody organized. I wanted everything to go perfectly, and I wanted her to like it and like feel in the mood and everything. So,
no, I wasn't nervous. It's the same thing. It was just like, I mean, because I didn't think it all the way through. I was just like, I got the ring now.
Yeah, that was very random.
It was. I got the ring now. It was burning a hole in my pocket. I was like, I got to do something with this. And I was like, we're going on the cruise. I'm going to do it on the cruise. And then I was planning on doing it when we got to the Bahamas, but it was just burning me. I was like, I got to do it now. I was like, I had it in my pocket the whole time, and I kept touching my pocket. I'm like, I'm afraid I'm going to lose it. I was trying to find the right moment, and I was just like, in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I was sleeping.
Wake up. I had to do something. So. But yeah, Carl took all that time. He planned everything, got it all together.
Very thorough.
And now it's Brittany's turn. It's Brittany's turn now.
Yeah.
How's the wedding?
Trade-off.
The funny part is, that was the second ring. Because I had bought her a ring before, and I took it back because I didn't like it. I learned more about rings, and then I was like, oh, okay. So I took it back.
I don't know any of this.
I remember you showed me a picture. You showed me 2 different rings.
Yeah, I know I saw one.
But that was years ago.
Yeah, and that was when I had the first ring.
When did you?
Brittany, just.
It was burning the hole.
I didn't tell you.
It was sitting in my pocket, and I was just like, I should just do it. I should just do it. And I learned more about rings, and I was like, all right, this is not the one then. Let me take this one back. And I returned it.
It got to the point where, like, I started, like, airdropping him rings I saw. Like, he knew I was getting anxious.
I went through that whole.
They all get anxious.
Stop sending me stuff.
Just
I'm not
so
gonna pick anything you send me. I'm gonna ignore it.
So
I'll get the opposite.
I was in the background telling him, because it was at the point where we went to like 4 weddings back to back to back, and it's like all my friends were getting married, and everybody's looking at us like,
"You guys next?" And like, oh no, you guys know I'm next. Stop saying that. You're gonna make her think to still being pushed back.
Yeah.
So the fact that he had all this planned and I had no idea, it's like really.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I had to deal with all the poking and prodding. Yep. Knowing it was in my back pocket too, just like it's here. It's right here. But I give you the satisfaction of thinking that you poked me into doing it.
So how is the wedding planning going? Like, especially, you know, you're like, do you still make time for each other during this time? I know.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like we don't make enough time for the wedding planning.
It's fun at times. Like, parts of it are fun to do, and then parts of it are just like, it's like pulling teeth, because you have to like, she's gonna say I'm the pulling teeth part, but it's the process in itself of trying to get because you don't know, nobody can tell you what's first.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you get your venue, yeah, you get photography, whatever, but nobody tells you what's gonna affect what. Yeah. And everybody has a different package, and everything comes separately.
It's so much research and like trying to, you know, I mean, you're vulnerable. Like, you want these people to take this, like one of our most important days in our lives. Right. So it's like, I want the perfect photographer that's gonna capture the moment and like, I don't know, connect with us. I don't just want to hire somebody I can find off Craigslist for a couple $100. Like, I want it to be quality.
That was a big deal for like our proposal photos. Like, the photographer we ended up going with, like, I met her like twice beforehand, and I could tell like, okay, based off her vibe, I feel like she's gonna get the best out of us. Yeah. And that's the part. And like, for the wedding, we want people that are gonna get the best out of us and not make us feel stressed, and they're gonna have fun with us. Yeah. Because for us, we want everybody, the caterer, the officiant, we want everybody there to kind of be in that moment and have fun like us.
And understand, like, you know, this has been a long time coming. It's 10 years. Like, I want them to, like, you know, understand
what it is.
Yeah,
the weight of it. Yeah.
For sure.
But we make plenty of time for each other. It's just getting everything else done.
Yeah. That's we got the big stuff done. It's just
and
the
she's
groomsmen stuff.
Yeah, I bet the groomsmen stuff.
The guys.
Yeah, they got to try their stuff on and put it on twice
or find it.
I told you about that already. You'll be all right.
Doc's vouch. So I'll give you a little bit of a break. You got until like maybe the end of May.
It's Corona out here. You don't know.
He has plenty of time. He's off.
Carl, don't argue. Just nod.
Now, I tell everybody, like, the wedding is great, but the honeymoon is better. So have you guys looked into, like, honeymoon ideas or planning that? Or?
I told me.
That's really on me.
I'm done. I'm not doing anything.
I have some ideas, and it's part, like, I go through it with her. So, like, she knows what options are on the table, but she doesn't know which ones we're going with. Yeah. And in those options, I have my little, you know, treats in those options that she doesn't know about. So it's still going to be a couple more little surprises for her, even if she knows where we're going.
Okay.
That's cool. I just said no snow. That's all I got. No snow. I want to do like anything close.
What are some good and bad advice you guys have gotten about marriage? Because everybody want to give you advice when you find out you're engaged.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of people surprisingly told us don't do the wedding, just get married.
Yeah, just get married.
And just
we've been told that, save money,
just
go buy a house.
Or
whatever we want to do with that.
Which isn't bad advice. It's just, I mean, it's kind of weird. Like, yeah,
because she's one of those people that she's watched her mom's like wedding videos, and she's like been able to like sit there and watch and see it. And I know it's important for her to do that, like in the future when we have kids, for them to be able to watch our video of us getting married and kind of like keep that as tradition going. As a guy, Docs knows, you know, it's not really there for us. We got married and we got you now, but like the day is for y'all.
It's the best day I ever spent. It's the best day I ever bought. Like,
he makes it seem like it's on me, but he's just as
I got you, Josh.
There are things where he.
Are you lying?
Okay?
No,
okay.
Look, when I look back,
I'm telling the truth. I feel
like we had both, right? We went and we got married, and then we had a ceremony. I love both, but ceremony. I mean, like we had like the ceremony in front of people.
Yeah.
That part, reception and all that. To me, they're both like I love both of them. One was special because it was me and Jackie, so that's like super special. But celebrating with all you people is like they had to drag me out of the reception. Like
I had to drag you out.
Yeah, you know, we definitely didn't get our security deposit back, but you know, It is what it is. Like it's good to celebrate with all your people. So
Yeah.
You won't regret it.
Off camera though, I have to ask you a question though.
All right. Yeah.
No, it's nothing bad. It's not serious.
What do you think married life is going to be like? Your early thoughts or your early married life?
Being together so long, maybe I'm underestimating it, but I kind of think it's gonna be similar to what we're doing now since we've been together for so long.
Everything that's yours is mine now.
Different.
Get used to that one. That's a line that you're gonna hear a lot. What's yours is mine.
And what's mine is yours.
Well, so I like the biggest transition would probably be being in the same space more often.
Yeah, because I can kind of retreat back home, but I'm just like, I need my space.
Yeah.
You gonna miss it. Those days where you used to pick her up and drop her off. Ain't no more dropping them off.
Especially during quarantine.
Yeah.
I mean, the one thing I'm looking forward to is maybe like when we are married.
I'm scared what you're gonna say.
Yeah,
I'm scared too.
Where you going with this, girl?
Like, cause you know when you have to pick her up and you're hanging out, you can't do the other things you might want to do during that day. Like you can't watch your Netflix show. You can't, play 2K. Like none of that is flying because this is your time to spend together.
Okay.
Because you're gonna have to drop her home, and you got to make sure you get the quality time in.
Yeah.
When we're living together and we're together, I could go pull up in the living room and watch, Money Heist, and I have to go, so what's going on is...
We'll work it out, don't worry. Anyway. Yeah, I don't think it's...
I'm excited for y'all to report back in like 2 years.
Yeah.
And see what happens.
Yeah. I got some things to text you off camera too.
That I'm really underestimating.
Nah, I mean, the thing is...
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's just, it doesn't happen often.
What?
Like
being able to duck off?
Like being able to just like do stuff. Like for me, I love playing Sims. Yeah, but then it's like, okay, we have things to do here.
Well,
your family is my family, so things come up.
During regular life, because during Corona, you can do whatever you want.
During Corona.
You got plenty of
time. For sure. But I mean like regular life. This is not regular life.
Yeah, that's true. There's less. Like, I've gone months without playing my PS4.
Like, last night, he played until, like, 2 a.m.
And when I get to play...
And I was like, what?
You get it all in. Yeah.
And Jackie was still like, come to bed. And I was like,
all
right. Next game. But
yeah.
She does that to me if I'm editing or doing anything on my computer. She's just like...
You done?
You just gonna keep going? Like, you haven't felt my eyes staring through the side of your head? Right?
Hey, you just gotta get to the point where, I mean, you'll learn.
I mean, there are days where we'll both be up working late.
Yeah.
Like, but in the same room. So it's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
We'll stay up.
I'm catching on a little bit. Sometimes, I don't act like I see her or anything. I just close my computer, I put it up, and I say, hey, you know what? But like the whole time I felt her, I felt it right here. It's been here. I'm not gonna, it wasn't you that, no.
We know.
I understand you.
Yeah. We'll work it out. Just like, 10 years, we figure it out.
For sure. Is there anything else?
Do you guys have any questions for us? Any,
Oh, yeah.
Early...
We're gonna be...
Go ahead,
we need to get it.
Sushi shot.
We had so many questions. I mean, because you guys you can relate to us.
On air or off air?
Yeah.
On we can do on air questions.
Okay.
You got
on air questions.
Give us a few.
But
so with the wedding planning, what was your
wedding planning? Just look that way.
Jackie,
Josh, I see you over there.
Text me.
What was your biggest struggle, or like how did you get through it? We'll start with that, because I'm already getting to the point where I'm just like, I'm over it. We're going to Vegas, and
I think it was different because we were already married while we were planning. But I think my biggest struggle was other people. So like getting other people in line with what's happening. Like, hey, you need to do this because we planned for 6 months. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of like, this needs to get done like yesterday. So I need you to like tell me what dress you want or whatever. Like, but yeah, it's just dealing with people or like people wanting to help and put like money down for us for stuff. And I'm just like, okay, well, can we do it this way? Can we, working around?
Yeah. That's the thing.
That's what we're going through right
now. Oh, really?
Many people, hey, yo, we want to pitch in, we want to help. And it's like,
yeah.
So do you want me to just tell you who we want? Or you want to say this? Do you want to, like, you just want to send us money?
How much control are you going to give them?
Do you want the invoice? Like, how do you want to go about it? And it's hard to ask somebody that, especially, like, they'll say it 3 months ago, and then you don't want to, like, hey,
remember you said
this thing, do you want to do it still? And because then it sounds like you're asking them, and it's like, no, you offered.
Yeah.
But if you can't do it anymore, like, I'm totally fine. I just need to know how I need to arrange things.
Yeah. I think it's just communication in all parts. But that's easier said than done. Cause,
always.
Yeah, because especially when you're dealing with Haitians. So.
Haitians, Indians, Americans.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody.
It's just a people thing.
It's a people thing.
And then, like, I know you're stressing. You got the seating charts and all that. Trust me.
I didn't know
out
that.
the window, but
I thought that would be the easy part, the seating chart. I genuinely did. So we did it like for fun. Like, oh, let's get it done. It turned into a whole thing.
Yeah, it started with, oh, this person can't be at that table. No, you have to put them over there. And
nah, I didn't do that part.
Yeah, no seating chart. Y'all figure it out. Yeah, and then more people showed up than were supposed to show up, and it was like, I mean,
well, the only thing we reserved like 2 tables, one for the party and then one for like our immediate families.
Yeah.
Everybody else, y'all sit where y'all want. It's up to you. Whatever. You late.
I don't remember. I just remember.
No, we funneled into a table.
Well, you guys sat by people that you were cool with, though.
Yeah.
I know you. I'm sitting here.
Yeah, I figured that's what people do.
That's what happened. Yeah, that's just what happens.
So I don't have time.
Yeah, it was so much fun. I don't even.
But between the two of us, we have so many different like streams of friends that like the numbers come in funny. Like one group will be like 7 people from this group of friends, and I have like 4 from this group of friends, and it's like 12 to a table. So now we have 11. And now it's like, all right, we got to find a goosey to throw into this table. So, go sit over. So, like, that's what we're working on. But since we're in this realm of things, I was going to ask off air, but how did you guys do the, like, private ceremony to get married? Because that was one thing that we've been discussing is just getting married, like, doing the courthouse or something. On our anniversary day, on our actual anniversary, and then having the big reception ceremony later on.
First thing, don't show up on the exact day, because there's like
really
they give you like you gotta look it up, because they give you like a 2-day period, like almost if you want to take it back, like.
Well, first of all,
you apply first, right?
The date that we chose is a holiday, okay? So they're closed on holidays.
No, but we went one day and we had to come back
like 3 days.
Because you can't do it the same. You can't do it all
in one day. Something like that. You get like the license first, and then you can get married.
Yeah, so it's a 2-step process. So I would definitely say look it up, because I don't remember exactly. It's been a while, but look it up. There's some type of 2-step process.
And if you do premarital counseling first, you get a discount.
Yeah.
So.
Look that up.
Yeah.
Because we were thinking about doing that, especially since now with the corona thing, because we were initially supposed to get married in October. But the venue already had us up and was like, yo, if you guys need more time or whatever. So we're probably
January.
We were looking at January anyway, so it's most likely for sure January 2021. Yeah. But because October is it means so much to us, and it would be exactly 10 years that we're dating.
Yeah.
So we kind of want to
probably going to do a private ceremony.
Yeah.
But it was at the court.
And we did the courthouse. The one on Biscayne. It wasn't a courthouse.
In North Miami.
Whatever.
It's not a courthouse?
I don't think that's whatever. I don't know what it's called. It's a city hall. I think it's City Hall. So yeah. So just plan it out. Make sure you know the exact, so you can get it to line up the way you want it to.
Yeah. But it wasn't random, but it was kind of like.
I was at work one day and I was like, let's get married.
Oh,
But he was the one that was like, oh, we need a wedding. And I was always like, I don't need a wedding. Like, I don't need this in my life.
That's how he is.
When I said the wedding, I was like, we'll have the wedding, like the ceremony and then the reception. I said, I don't want no chairs.
Cake and juice.
I was like, look, we're just going to have, because if you get chairs, people won't get comfortable.
We're going to print ourselves and we're going to be out of here.
Exactly. That was my plan. That when you saw the wedding. So.
Yeah. And then I was like, if we're going to have a wedding, that's not what we're going to do. Yeah. Like, first of all. But I never had
other weddings, other people's weddings.
So that's funny. You know. That's funny just because she not at that level. She's not ever with the, just some juice, some tables. We out of here. But she's been at the point of like going like, you know what? We're just gonna have a party, and then I look at her and I go, we're not gonna rent a space.
Yeah.
Pay that money to rent the space and then have a wedding to not have a wedding. We're just gonna have a wedding. We're just gonna do it. Yeah. So like, even though I'm the person that's like, not really, let's do it. If we're gonna do something, let's just make sure.
Exactly. And for me, everything, like, I never had a dream wedding in my mind growing up, but I am like a very creative person. So if I'm gonna do something, I want it to look nice, and I want, people to have fun. I want the drinks to be good, the food to be good. Like, let's do it right. So, and it didn't cost that much. So I was like, all right. I mean, it cost a good amount, but it wasn't as much as like $40,000 when you see it, or $80,000.
It's surprising if you look up like the average cost. The average cost for a wedding is like $30,000.
Yeah. So I was like, if it doesn't break the bank,
you out again? That's how.
So then I'm cool.
The numbers just scare me. I was
yeah.
So how do you guys? Because we asked in a previous podcast, like, when you disclose your whole information to the person you're dating, like your financial situation, all of that stuff, or even like family background. When did you guys feel comfortable sharing that stuff with each other?
So financially, it's unfair. She's been with me since I was 16. Like, I didn't have anything, so when I do have something, when I don't. Family wise, how soon did you meet my mom?
On accident or on purpose? Because I would go to the basketball game. I remember I sat there like
I've been there.
Talked, and I didn't know she was.
I've been there.
Purpose?
Yeah, you have.
When was that?
I think we were at least a year or a year and a half.
They're not a good example.
We're not either, I guess.
We're not.
Then, okay, but I feel like there's a point in your relationship. There's a point in your relationship where you actually share like real numbers, like, oh, so how much do you make at that job, or how much is in your account? Like, we didn't talk about that at 16.
Yeah.
But at some point we talked about it.
Yeah, because you was
when I got my first job, she pretty much knew how much.
Yeah, because when we got to like the phase where we were making real money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you know how much he has in his account?
Yeah, we have a joint account and then we have our own. So yeah, we started our joint account fairly. I think we did that pretty well. Like, we started a joint account where it's a savings account. We don't touch it unless like we want to splurge for a date or something.
But then she started going to school, so saving and wedding and trying to cover both.
We started that fairly early. Like, he knew we do taxes together, so we know how much we make annually. We know how much we want to save. We know our goals and stuff like that. So I feel like we're pretty on top of that, and it helps that we started when we both literally had nothing.
And we're pretty open with what we do. Like,
that's what I was gonna ask.
When I make bad decisions, she knows about them.
Yeah. So that's what I was gonna ask too. Like, if you obviously you're in school and then you're planning on maybe going to school. So are you guys do you guys talk about like, okay, financially this is what I'm thinking. Do you think this is a good idea, even though like legally you're not married yet, because you know what happened?
Yeah, just because like with her being in school, especially nursing school, is very demanding. It's hard for you to have like a real job to bring in real income. So like her being honest with me with what she needs and me being honest with what I have at the time, what I have to do. like it helps me because that helps me just structure how everything else needs to be. So like maybe if I wanted to take a trip to somewhere, okay, you know what, we're gonna put that on the back burner because you have this coming up, so let's cover that, and then that's how we make our decisions together.
Yeah, we've been doing that for a while. Yeah, we were already very open with our finances, but then once I decided, like, okay, this is the big step I'm gonna take. I'm gonna go back to school and just basically drop everything I started and go a completely different direction. We had to sit down and budget and like, okay, this is what it's going to be. This is how much savings we have. This is what it's going to cost from us. So, I mean,
it's communication.
It's weird being that, it is still weird being that vulnerable because since I graduated, I've always made my own money.
She's had a lot of good jobs.
I had a lot of good jobs and I've always been fairly independent. So being completely dependent on him was an adjustment, but I also feel like it also, put us in a different, and phase.
There's a level of understanding because, like we said, like she's had really good jobs, so I know this isn't like she just like stopped working and like I'm just being dependent on you. It's like, no, I know what your goals are. I know what you want to do. I know how you felt when you were working and what you've been looking for, and for her to find like a career that she wants to be in, like I'm always gonna like push her towards that. So
a lot of real conversations.
Love that.
Okay.
Well, we have some listener questions. If you didn't have any more.
Yeah. Okay.
So we have some listener questions. If you guys want to help us answer.
Of course.
Sure.
All right.
Be that much help.
Yeah.
All right.
We're not y'all level.
Did we send us?
Girl.
On to the listener matter.
Yes. All right, guys. So this is the listener matter portion. As you know, you can email us at michelmatters@gmail.com. And we have 2 questions this episode. So the first one is, hi, Mr. and Mrs. Michelle. I love listening.
Somebody said, hi, Mr. and Mrs. Michelle.
Yes.
You guys
I love listening to the podcast and trying to catch up on episodes. Some people might think this is a petty question, but I would love to know how you guys would handle this situation. I am in a mid-level position at my job. I've been here for 2 years and I have never had a problem with any of my coworkers. One day, though, I was pulled to the side by my boss for being rude. She said she wanted to talk to me first before bringing it to HR because most of the time, the things people bring to her can be settled in her office. I didn't know what I was in the office for until I remembered the interaction I had with someone in the break room. I get my hair done constantly. It's one of those things in my budget that I don't play with. One day, said person complimented my hair and then asked me how much it costs. I think it's tacky to ask someone you don't know how much something costs, so basically called her out on it by telling her that wasn't really appropriate and that I won't answer that. So now my boss has advised me to apologize in order to kill the situation. I don't think it's that serious to apologize for, but I also don't want this person being tense around me in the office. You guys have both worked in corporate settings, and as a Black woman, I'm sure Jackie understands how hair is already a touchy situation. What would you do? That was a long one.
Yeah. Go ahead,
I don't know.
Black woman, you got to answer.
I don't know.
Have you ever dealt with that, Brittney?
And I guess kind of sort of because I used to work for like a county, I guess you could say, and it wasn't. There weren't a lot of people of our skin color.
Black people.
So, yeah, I didn't know how to like go into it.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, so all the time, like trying to touch like textbook, like things you don't think would really happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
But I have had the conversation with coworkers, like, "Oh, please don't touch my hair." Or, like, why are you asking me this? It's like certain things. So then I get it. It's frustrating, but I don't. In order to keep the sanity at work, I would just, that the situation is not that serious. I mean, you made it clear that that's not something that you should ask me. I don't feel like you should. It's not a professional question at all. So I would just apologize that it is what it is. Going about my day. Clearly, we're not going to develop a friendship. So needed, where we're gonna handle how we're gonna interact from that point on. And let it be that. There's no reason why there should be tension. I don't want to go to work and be ducking around you or you're ducking around me and acting weird.
It's funny because like it happened to me once, and I'm only remembering it now that we're talking about it.
Uh-oh.
And somebody saw my hair. And they're like, "Oh my God, I love it. How do you do it like that?" And he went like that. And as a guy, I've never had that before. I was like, "Oh, that's what that feels like. Somebody else just touching." Oh, okay, I don't like that. But as a guy, I don't feel like, Josh would understand. I can't really say anything like.
Yeah.
It's more just,
it does.
No, I'm good.
That happened to me once. Somebody asked me how much it costs to do my hair.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Why would you?
Yeah, like I don't even ask. Like I don't know. I just don't ask people how much.
You don't ask. Yeah, you just make a comment. Simply say, "Oh, yeah, it's very nice today," and keep it going.
Yeah,
it would have been to do anything extra, or especially if we're not friends or we're not on a level where.
Right.
I don't ask and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's my thing, right? To dead it, you apologize, but be strategic. But no,
yeah.
you got to be strategic in your apology. Don't apologize for what you said, because you said what you meant. I'm assuming you apologize that y'all had a disagreement. Like, I'm sorry that things got heated. I just I said what I said, or I just think just do not apologize for what you said, because that could set the wrong message. Like, oh, maybe it was like you said the wrong thing. No, you said the right thing, probably.
Maybe just for the way it came out.
Yeah. Yeah. And it probably just shouldn't have gone that far, but I would say apologize, but do not apologize for what you said. Just apologize for how things went.
I would say to ask for the meeting with your manager, ask that person to sit in on it. So it's just y'all three talking. So it's not like I said this and then they interpret it as this. It's kind of like when you CC people in emails.
Yeah.
You're here. So you know what happened. Exactly.
So now you have to say what you said.
Yeah.
To the manager in front of me.
So it's clear where everybody's at.
Because at the end of the day, the manager can care less either way. They just want everything to be PC and off.
Yeah. That's why she hasn't gone or he hasn't gone to HR, because it's
not an HR situation.
Stupid. Yeah. All right. Next question. There's a guy that I'm kind of into, but he doesn't think I'm spiritual enough for him. I don't know what that means. I'm Catholic and he's Baptist. He says I don't have a relationship with God the way he does. I know my Hail Marys and I've gone through the whole process with communion and classes, so I don't see the issue. I think we both believe in the same God. Do you think I'm not looking at this seriously enough, or that we wouldn't work?
All right. I'll make it easy. You don't want him, sis. That's number one.
Okay. But I think he's made it easy.
Yeah, he has.
He don't want you.
But you don't want something like this either. And
that's true.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if a dude tells you you're not spiritual enough, first of all, what does that really mean?
Yeah.
And that's probably not somebody you should date. Anytime we get these questions, if you're asking about dating somebody, you probably shouldn't date. You don't have to ask permission, or if you have that many questions, it probably shouldn't be the person you want to date anyway. But there are some fundamental differences between Catholics and Christian in general.
Yeah.
So the mixing of religion sometimes gets a little sketchy. So that's something you should maybe have even thought of before you started talking to this person.
Yeah.
And clearly they're very strong in their position. So I don't think that's an easy person to deal with. So.
Yeah, you don't want to have to go back and forth with I believe this and you believe this, and do you see life the way that I see life? Let's do life together that way then, you know? I feel you don't want to force it.
Yeah, it's one thing to be Catholic because my family is Catholic, and another whole thing for him to have that, in his dating profile, in his bio, tell you, no, you got to be this or nothing else. All right, keep pushing.
Yeah.
And for someone who's Catholic to judge you, that's
okay.
That's okay. Sorry, but that's rough.
That's rough.
When the Pope changes his mind, you change your mind too. you got some nerve to come at me as a Catholic, but that's neither here nor there.
You're constant trying to convert one or the other.
Yeah.
Like, are you gonna be Christian or are you gonna be Catholic?
Started a foundation that's shaky.
It's shaky. Ain't no.
And even if he had concerns, like I feel like it could have been a conversation, a learning opportunity, opposed to taking this hostile approach. Enough. Yeah, like how are you gonna? Yeah, it is. So that's just me.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And we talked about it. It's like one of the factors for success in relationship. A lot of times is being equal. So like being in the same religion is a factor that typically helps the status of your relationship. So you was already batting from behind, sis. So you good.
Yeah.
Go find you a dude on Christian Mingle or something. Yeah.
Catholic Mingle. She's Catholic.
No, she's Christian. He's Catholic. Oh,
he's Catholic.
No, I think the twist was he's Christian and she's Catholic.
She's Catholic.
Sorry. Somebody who's Catholic. The dude is a Catholic.
No, she's Catholic.
Well, sorry.
Yeah.
I was coming at the Catholics.
But yeah, so those are all the questions. I guess we're gonna end it here. We love that you guys joined us. Y'all want to plug anything you guys are doing, your social medias, or anybody else's social medias?
Oh, well, you can follow me at __C6 __. I do street photography, trying to open up more, do more portraiture and things like that. So, DM me, email me, everything's on there.
Yes. Unless you're an Instagram model. Don't DM.
No. Oh no. Because then you have to meet her.
We'll talk about that.
You meet her.
My profile's tagged, so you can.
There's a market there, good. But I get it.
But I do want to give a shout out to all my wedding vendors. Alicia, who's my wedding planner, she's doing amazing, keeping me sane, and I think
Chef Handy.
Yeah, Chef Handy, who's our caterer, and photography. We're still looking out. So if you know any great photographers, the wedding photographers,
yeah,
wedding photographers.
I'm picky. I have a little experience. I know what I'm looking for, so
I got you.
Come correct.
Cool. So we'll leave all that.
Thank you guys. This was awesome. We had so much fun.
Thank you for joining us.
All right, on to the business spotlight.
Yes.
All right, so for this episode's business spotlight, we're going to highlight two different organizations or styles of businesses. So the first one is going to be the food bank that I talked about in the beginning of the podcast. It's Good News Ministries. They're located on 7th Ave and 125th, right on the corner behind the lumberyard. So definitely check them out. They serve food. Well, they hand out groceries to people in need every Wednesday.
Yes.
You can show up at the site. It's they start at 5. I believe it's 5.
Yeah.
That's right. And yeah, they go until they run out.
But people get there before 5.
So
yeah, that's who we were
partnered
with this week, just helping them serve. And they did some good work. Like they doubled how many groceries they usually pass out because of, I'm sure, everything going on and people losing jobs. So definitely, if you are in need or know someone in need and don't know where to, direct them, you can definitely direct them in that direction. And we will put whatever information we find on them.
Yeah, because even if you are not in need and you want to donate, I'll put their Cash App information in the description. So definitely go and donate. It's a great organization. They do this not just when it's pandemic or whatever. They do this all year long. Yeah. Reaching out to the people in the community with needs. So definitely check them out.
Yes. And then I wanted to highlight 2 grocery stores that I went to. They're kind of like neighborhood stores. Instead of going to the big Walmarts and Publixes right now at this time that probably have a lot of foot traffic in South Florida. One of them is Bedessee East West Indian Food, and they are on 4000 Northwest 12th Street in Lauderhill. I've gone there twice now, and they have Caribbean type spices and foods and stuff. So if you don't see the vegetables that you're looking for at Publix or don't even want to go there, Check it out. They are obviously like
West Indian.
Yes, like it's us. So go support. And I saw everything there. Like when I went to Walmart the first time to get groceries, it took forever to find 2 bags of rice, and they were like this big. Like you guys can't hear me, you can't see me if you're just audio only, but it was a mission. And when I went there, I was like, dang, I should have just came here. It's a bunch of rice here, it's a bunch of beans, like everything is here. So support locally owned businesses and you'll find stuff. And then the other is Brothers Farmers Market. And the location that I usually go to is 4191 North State Road 7. So I'm 441, close to the Hard Rock.
Okay.
And yeah, I love it there. I get like lots of fresh stuff and organic stuff there. They also usually sell at Yellow Green Farmers Market, but obviously that is closed right now. So it's great that they have a storefront. And just, again, support your neighboring grocery stores and don't deal with enclosed spaces and outdoor lines, you know, at the big places. So just helpful information if you're looking.
All right. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the episode.
Yeah.
Another one in the books.
Stay safe.
Yes. All right. Stay inside so we can go outside.
Exactly.
All right.
Bye.
See you.
When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That just might work.